The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clan Arky for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions. Ring Gang Radio.
So LB, man, what did you think, man? Because I know you really want to talk about this shit, man.
Let me see. Where do I start? Okay. Going in, I thought Golovkin was gonna win, but I knew Canelo would improve and fight better. He's young, he's skilled, and shit. I said it in the song I did, the little promo shit.
Right.
Huh?
Yes, right.
Oh yeah. So all Canelo had to do was just jab more and get off first. Now, I didn't know whether he was gonna really Mexican style it, and come forward, specifically all night and not really use any movement, but I knew he would be more aggressive. So you kind of know what you're gonna get. It's all about, does that shit really present itself differently throughout the fight, or do you get it the way you thought you're gonna get it, or it's just gonna be different? And I kind of saw a little both,
right. I mean, because you know me. I mean, I've always talked shit about Canelo's stamina, and especially his stamina. I mean, I've talked about that shit for years, man. Ever since the Kermit Sintrog fight, I talked about how poor stamina is for a professional fighter. And when Triple G was talking about Mexican style, he went Mexico because the first fight, Canelo was he was doing his Laura impression and everything. So
running.
Yeah, exactly. So you're thinking to yourself, oh shit, this nigga's got to do it. And then he had the knee surgery. He said it was just
And that was an underlying factor, because as soon as I saw that fucking tape on his knee, and mind you, I'm familiar with all these fucking knee injuries because my shit's fucked up, and I've had therapy and I've had the same type of tape Canelo had on his fucking knees. And the thing is, I knew once I seen that shit, I'm like, this nigga ain't gonna be pushing off on his knee like that to get away. He gonna really shoot the fade.
Right.
So a part of me was like, okay, I think we gonna get something special tonight, man. Yeah. Because it's more easy to bounce off that knee and push off and pivot. It's easier to fucking stand on it and come forward. But the thing is, he wasn't able to dip and bob and weave like that. He wasn't gonna give you no Tyson or no Sweet Pea type of head movement.
No, so, not at all. And that's the thing I was surprised about.
He eats the fucking jab because of that, and that's what happened. Yeah, he landed his bombs and he threw his little flashy combinations, but Canelo always do that shit.
Right. Yeah, and let's say, because I mean, that was the thing I was surprised. Like, he came forward and he was backing up Triple G early, and that was the thing. I was like, damn. I was like, this motherfucker's really back, and he was ripping Triple G's by like, I mean, Triple G, as we all know, has probably one of boxing's best chins and punch resistance, and he was getting ripped to the body early. Early on, and it was ridiculous how much punishment he took.
Because Canelo wasn't worried about escaping; he was worried about delivering. And with his punches, you could tell he was throwing. See, he loads up on his punches most of the time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But that night, this nigga was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Not even hard. He throwing fireballs in that bitch.
Right. And the funny thing is, too, is, and also what that fight also highlighted was Triple G's defense. Now, everyone, like I said before, most people think that, this motherfucker just is simple. He moves forward, he eats punches. No. Like, he was making Canelo miss a lot. Especially after the fight. Triple G was showing, back foot defense. He was ducking on these spots. Canelo was throwing these fades, and he wasn't landing.
The nigga was throwing fucking dragon punches and uppercuts, missing. What? I'm like, damn.
And another thing too, early in the fight, and we'll probably touch on this a little bit more. You know, the jab kept the fight going, kept things going. Because you know you got to fill the dead spots when you know Canelo is loading up these combinations. Triple G had the jab, and he was pumping the jab, and you know, and for some reason Canelo was not. You know, usually Canelo would probably slip these jabs. He was eating these jabs consistently.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, there was no bullshit. That motherfucker was. I mean, and the thing too, Triple G was landing those hard jabs, and he kept moving forward.
Yes, Split was splitting the guard, but it's the thing. A lot of people, it's easier if you know how to position yourself correctly in your boxing stance. You could slip jabs more on the back foot than you can coming forward, unless you one of these niggas who got perfect timing, or you just got a good head movement coming forward, standing in the pocket, like how Tyson with the bob and weave, you know, Pernell Whitaker.
Right, exactly. And it was just and that's where I think the fight was more efficient, like early. And I thought, and I was scoring it every 4 rounds. Like after the 4th round, I had Triple G up 39-37. It was 3 rounds to 1. Because a lot of those rounds too, and me and you were texting by this time during this tough fight. Them rounds were close, like they were tight.
Right.
Like it was a bitch trying to score this fight. And I was faded too. So I'm just like, oh man, I gotta hope that what I'm doing is correct, you know. And I was just like, oh god. And then, but the middle rounds do. I think because Triple G was so used, you know, you say Mexican style. That I think all that, and he had a lot of, I don't know if you want to call it nervous energy, but he burnt out early. You can tell he burnt out early because, you know, Triple G was breathing a little bit hard. And it wasn't like he was out of shape, but I just thinking that he had a lot of nervous energy, and the fact that Canelo was answering his shots in a way that he didn't think he was gonna do. And I think Canelo took the middle rounds. I mean, Canelo was landing some. Then I think this is where Canelo started landing something. This is where I thought Triple G's defense started to get a little bit sloppy, you know, and it was just, you know, I think I'm gonna give Triple G after 8 rounds. No, he evened it up because I gave Canelo I think 3 rounds, and Triple G won during the middle stage.
Golovkin did get tired, no doubt.
Yes,
but I don't think it was nervousness. I think he was more the muscle memory, like. He got a little, like Canelo carried him fast early.
Right.
He found himself having to dig deeper a little bit earlier than he expected. And you notice the same thing kind of happened in the damn in the Murray fight. Yeah. You could even see the fucking parts of the Willie Monroe fight where you see, you know, you make Golovkin work a little bit and he kind of, you know, gets winded in his visual. You can see him getting tired. You can see him going down some. But the thing, he's still there. He's still jabbing your fucking ass. And then he was using the jab to give himself distance to let off his shots. And you notice Golovkin never smothers his punches.
Never.
And even when he works the uppercut, you see how he was jumping forward and sneaking the uppercut under his shoulder while slipping Canelo's right hand or getting inside it. Like you
can tell he was a traitor because he did it in the vein spot.
Watching high level fucking boxing.
Right.
High level boxing. From 2 people. But I just saw one person dictate the fight more and at the end of the day, man, and this is the reason why so many fans got this fight right as far as what they saw, and press roll, overwhelming majority scored the fight for Golovkin. My fucking Facebook, everybody hit me up, Golovkin robbed.
Right, same thing with me.
Exactly, and the point I'm trying to make is at the very essence of boxing, even just fucking fighting in general, it's whoever hits the other guy more than the other fucking guy. And Golovkin has done that in 2 fights and has not gotten rewarded for it.
Right. and like, especially it happened in the third stanza of the fight. You know, that's when Canelo finally started to fade a little bit, and then 10th round was probably the most decisive round of the whole fight, and that was Triple G starting to land his
G
fade.
beat his ass for the last 3 rounds of that fight. Even hurt him once, I think in the 10th or the 11th.
Yeah, I think it was the 10th round he hurt him, and then it was just like Canelo was eating these uppercuts, boy. I was just like,
big shots, and Canelo started touching the ropes.
Yeah, exactly.
He started looking tired. But we all knew Canelo was eventually going to fade because, your stamina has to be superior to the guy who you're trying to carry fast. Right. And at the end of the day, Canelo's younger, but his stamina is just not superior to Golovkin. Golovkin, you notice, always gets a second win, just like Sergio Martinez used to. Mm-hmm. He'll get that second win. Sergio Martinez will start falling off around the 5th and 6th round. Might struggle 7th or 8th, but he always comes around late and just gives it to you. And Golovkin's the same way, but his drop off ain't as much as like Sergio Martinez was. Mm-hmm. Golovkin's not getting dropped by these guys.
No,
he's not even getting really rocked. He might be getting outworked, might even get buzzed a little, but he hangs in there with the jab. When you got a fucking world-class jab, nobody can dominate you. Right. And a lot of shit in the fight, the commentary was just so overblown. Like, and I respect these guys, I mean, you can even say I'm a fan of these guys because I'm a boxing fan. You out there talking boxing, fuck it, I fucks with you, but call the game for what it is. It's like, it was just some corporate agenda shit. All I seen, like Max Kellerman, all these niggas, it's like Golovkin was tired. But the way these niggas was acting, you would have thought Golovkin was hanging on for dear life. You would have thought it was Cotto when he got rocked by Chop Chop. The way he was going on.
Right. Because like I said, company agenda is everything, man. And it was just...
It's worse now, bro. Like...
Yeah, it should be like, you should be appreciating the effort. You know what I'm saying? But they should have been appreciating the effort. Like, both men, like, they were, like, there was some high-level boxing, and there was some serious fades going on. I mean, Golovkin, Triple G got cut. I mean, he was leaking in the final round, and I don't think I ever seen this motherfucker leak like he was doing.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, they
busted up.
Yeah, they landed some punishment, and then Canelo, I mean, he had that cut over his left eye that was just like, one good shot. And this is where I was a little disappointed.
Serious, bro.
Yeah, and this is why I was disappointed because that cut happened early in that fight. It wasn't like late in the fight. That cut happened early. Here's where I think Triple G should have made an adjustment. Mexican style do it early. He should have made he should have took down some boxing shit and just focused on ripping that eye open, like forcing the fight to get out of Canelo's hands even more. Because how it is. You get your a cut will make the fighter fight reckless, very reckless. And that was the thing. And if Triple G had actually done that, honestly, there could have been a stoppage. I'm pretty sure Canelo would have went ham, and then all types of defense would have went out the window. Because Canelo probably would have burned himself out earlier.
True.
Yeah. So it was just. It was disappointing. I mean, the cut was huge. It was deep. It was stupid deep.
But that's the thing too. It's like I can't even because these guys fought so fucking hard. I don't want to even really pick apart their performances because for the level they was at, you asking these niggas to go beyond that to like on some Roy Jones, James Toney level of boxing, where I'm seeing an adjustment for an adjustment for an adjustment for an adjustment type shit. Like,
right.
Golovkin, he was pushed to his limit. I think he was doing all he could to just keep Canelo with those sporadic bursts.
Yeah.
Of bombs.
Yeah.
he wasn't like slipping and countering. He was slipping, getting distance, then counter or then jab back. So it would have been really, it would have been like asking Golovkin to break character to really get to that eye. But I do feel you. I felt like he could have threw some overhands in there. But Canelo top notch. Like, he'd open himself up for some counters as well. So
yeah, like I said, I mean, yeah, it was hard. I mean, like I said, I'm not a fan of Canelo, but he showed. I mean, he showed something. He showed something that I wanted him to actually show. Which was a little bit of yeah. But now, of course, we get to the judge's decision, and you're thinking like self, yeah, when I first heard 114, I'm like, okay, here we go again. And then afterwards, they said, 115, 113 for the other two judges. I'm like, okay. So like I said, I mean, my score was 151, 13 Triple G. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, so who are they gonna give it to? And I heard yeah. When I heard first said Newt, man, let's put it this way. In my theater, it was half groans, and then afterward, because there was some Mexican cats in the theater, man. They started hooping and hollering, man. I have that on. I got the whole reaction on my phone. The problem was, I wanted to post it on my Instagram and Facebook. The issue was, Golden Boy, they was out there, boy. They was policing. They were like, they were blocking. If it was like more than like 5 seconds, that shit was blocked. And I tried posting that shit 3 times until I got threatened to have my account deleted. So, yeah, I don't know when. I don't know if I'll ever try again. If I do, it might be years later.
You never remember this night. We gave it to Canelo, and that's that.
Yeah.
So never think of this again. Like, bruh, this is my whole thing with the scoring, man. And if you give Canelo 7 rounds in that fight, you're just giving him the benefit of the doubt and some.
Right.
Because honestly, Canelo really only won 5 rounds of that fight.
Right.
He kept it close early, maybe snagged the early round or got 2 or had it even, took some middle rounds, but then got blown out the last 3 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Canelo really won 5 rounds. You give him the benefit of the doubt, he gets 6 rounds. It's a draw. Now, this fight was closer than the first fight. Close fight was a damn fucking robbery. Straight up, fuck that shit, robbery.
Right.
And this fight was like, damn, this is a great fight. Oh, man, like, this is the fight that niggas thought they was going to get the first time. But at the sense, you still got to feel that Golovkin did more to keep his title, threw more, landed more, finished strong. He started off strong, even though it was real close in the beginning. But he just really dictated the fight more, and I just feel like you give Canelo benefit of the doubt, he gets 6 rounds. You give him 7 rounds, that means you're giving him the benefit of the doubt, and then you're giving him the benefit of the doubt again. Mm-hmm. And people keep doing this. People keep changing the scoring narrative and criteria every time so it can just fit Canelo's victory. Like, and that's what keep happening, and it's just and HBO was just trying to knock it over your head with it, like, well, Canelo's digging deep, he's doing this, he's doing that, and Golovkin, he's about to fall over. He's looking like Patrick Ewing in a pickup game right now. Damn, somebody get him a ventilator, something. Like, geez, like, Canelo was struggling every bit as fucking hard, if not more, especially at the end. But right. Let me tell it, Canelo kind of just, laid off of him, like, you know what, like, kind of gave him that Roy Jones McCullum respect, just like, you know what, I dropped you twice, but you could go the distance, my nigga. I respect.
Mm-hmm.
And we're awarding, it's like we keep awarding Canelo with everything. Like, he's like that rich kid that comes to school, like he's that new kid in school, but his parents are rich, so everybody finds out before, and they treat this nigga like he's God, just so they don't want to get on his bad side. They want to be invited to all the parties, you know, all the drugs he could get, all whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? That's
right.
how it's like.
Right.
We gonna stop. When is boxing Vegas? When are we gonna stop just bending over backwards to award Canelo? Like, so many fucking close fights, so many fucking. He just benefit of doubt. Well, you know, I give it to Canelo. He landed 3 body shots while Golovkin landed 7 jabs and, you know, 4 right hands. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? Like, what is it? Like, and then Andre Ward with who should be like the last person that we expect to give an objective view about Golovkin. He comes in with what this nigga said, Canelo won clearly. Then it's like, okay, mute, like.
Yeah, you know, it's just like, what you're talking about there, boy. You know, like, you need to like, you know, keep quiet and, you know, focus on getting knocked out by Michael B. Jordan and Creed. You know what I'm saying?
For real, man. Like, come on, bro. Like,
or talk to them niggas on Contender, man. You know, so you know, stop talking about some shit just because you couldn't cross over like, you know, like a limited speaking, English speaking Kazakhstan fighter was. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's like all I heard was sour grapes. Like, that's all I heard from that nigga. It's like, and me personally, it's like. It's like boxing has like a double-edged sword to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could be a guy that actually boxed and trained, and you know what it is to throw jabs and get your ass kicked, you know, bloody nose, whatever.
Right.
So you have that perspective to speak on, all while being a fan. But then, what happens after that, you know, depending on your career, where you're trying to go, where you're aiming at, that's when the agendas come out. So it's hard. So you want to take a nigga, you want to take what he's saying seriously, but then you know you got that big ass agenda looming over him where you know he's gonna speak on shit in a different way. You know he's gonna be biased, and you had that with a lot of fighters. Not just, I'm not even trying to just get at Ward in particular, but you had that for a lot of fighters, even when. You know, the media asked different niggas like, yo, who you had winning this fight, that fight. Like, with the Jacobs fight with Golovkin, same shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there were certain niggas that you knew was going to fucking say Jacobs won the fight.
Yeah, of course, you know.
That's like you knew there were some people you knew they're going to favor Golovkin and say he won the fight. And even then, before that said, that was a closer fight. That fight, no robbery. If Jacobs won that fight, I can see why people say Jacobs won that fight.
Right. I mean,
I can see why Golovkin won that fight.
Right. Yeah. My score for that was 114-130 Triple G, and that was because of the knockdown. Else that would have been a legit draw. You know what I'm saying? The knockdown.
My problem is when people started saying, "Well, man, I had Jacobs winning 8 rounds, 9 rounds," because then it's like, okay, now we're going into this shit where you give a guy benefit of the doubt. Benefit of the doubt is like 1 swing round. When you start giving all the fucking benefit of the doubt, so now you're looking at your personal agenda or bias, or that's usually what it is, because it ain't you can't score a motherfucking fight. Because most people who can't score a fucking fight, they looking for the primitive. They got the primitive outlook, which is, well, one guy landed more shots than the other guy, and.
And let me just segue into, you know, as you just mentioned that, you know, the jab. You know, as we all know, what the jab does in boxing, jab is the most important punch a boxer could ever develop, and you know, a good jab, a good jabber, you know, can find a way to use it to make his life a little easier for him. Now, as we say this, you know, and you know, there's a lot of people. For example, you know, as we say, you know, a lot of people think Golovkin won the fight, and you know, in my Facebook it was the same thing. what actually triggered me to actually talk about this a little bit was my brother. Like, you know, my brother is more of an MMA guy, but of course he grew up with my dad talking boxing, so he's not a neophyte in this. Like, he knows this. He used to see me in action, and he was telling me, like, he's like, yeah, man, because he responded back to he's responding back to my Facebook post, and I was like, yeah, you know, this was a absolutely brutal fight. It was like, yeah, definitely. And it was like, I thought Golovkin won there because he was working his jab more. And I was like, my brother's even saying this, and my brother's not the type to be dropping boxing stuff like that. I mean, he understands, like, he's not a neophyte, but when my brother could actually see and you know, and actually detail what is going on, I was thinking to myself, people are not that stupid, you know.
Thank you.
Yeah, there was a lot. I mean, a lot of people thought Golovkin won. I don't think I had anyone on my page, and you know, my man Lukey. You know, I mean, although even my man Lukey, who doesn't even like Triple G, he's on my Facebook too. Even he scored it for Triple G. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody in real life I know who saw the fight gave it to Triple G.
Right.
It's only like the few. It's the minority. It's got to be like maybe 20% of people who seen the fight had it for Canelo. Mm-hmm. Like honestly, but they're so fucking vocal because they're defending a fucking robbery. You hear more.
Right, and they're saying that Triple G didn't win because he was just jabbing while Canelo landed more power punches. You know, jabbing.
But that's boxing.
Yeah, like there is negative. I'm not saying there's not. There is negative jabbing. You know, I'm saying negative jabbing is what Paulie Malignaggi used to do. Even though he won his fights, like I said, I mean, it got negative when he realized he didn't have shit else to actually keep the motherfuckers off him, and that's when he started taking them fades. You know what I'm saying? You know, but Triple G's jab was knocking Canelo's head back. Like, Canelo is not a motherfucker. I mean, he has a sturdy ass neck. He's not a motherfucker that takes head snap.
And he's leaning forward.
Yeah.
He's on his front foot.
Yeah.
And so he's leaning forward and he's eating jabs that's snapping his head back.
Like,
his guard.
They were almost like crosses. Like, they were like boom. Like, Canelo's head was getting snapped all the way the fuck back by the jab. My motherfucker was like, well, you know, Canelo was landing power punches to the body. He was landing, you know, like.
But never in my life did I hear body punches become so fucking important until fucking Canelo, dog. Like, back in the day, when you killed somebody's body, you killed their fucking body. But if you kill their body and they still get a second win and beat your ass for the last 3 rounds in the fight,
that's not.
Did you really kill their body?
Not at all.
So they were just flashy, nice punches. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that they didn't have an impact on Golovkin, because they did. They slowed him down a little bit.
Right.
But as the second gear, this all-time great Ultra Instinct mode that he just go into and he just give you them things.
Right.
And
the jab was working. Like, the jab is always working. The jab, now, as much as, you know, I say, oh, this is amateur. No, the jab is a scoring punch too, and that's what people don't understand. And you know, me and you've had discussions about a particular fight, you know, Garcia versus Herrera, in which it pretty much a similar thing. Herrera's jab made Danny reset constantly, busting his nose, and you know, and based off that, and how so, I mean, of course I scored it the way that I scored it. You know, I said Herrera won that shit clear. You know, it wasn't close. He won that shit clear. That's how I felt, and this is how I felt. Like, it was an effective jab, and he was winning rounds. And the same thing with Triple G. Canelo wasn't landing. I mean, Canelo wasn't really jabbing like he was supposed to. He threw it out there, but it was just it wasn't going like Triple G. Triple G was filling in the gaps. Like, if you want to set up a right hand, the jab was going. You know,
and that's why people saw him winning, because he was always doing something. Even when he moved back, he was jabbing and getting this distance. So people see that Canelo has to work to get closer than throw his bombs.
Right.
Like, people don't jab.
He was being rocked by them. Like, his head was snapped. I mean, this is what it was like. It was effective. It was effective. If the judges see that, they're scoring that shit. You know, I saw that, you saw that, other people saw it, my brother saw it, you know what I'm saying? So this is why I understand, you know, when niggas is talking about, oh no, you can't win a fight on jabs. Yes, you can. You can do a lot of things with the jab. And it doesn't have to be
like
difficult.
everybody just gets all these niggas defending the Canelo. They just all of a sudden just get real dense when it comes to boxing fundamentals like jabbing and stamina and anything to just give Canelo the benefit of the doubt. Like,
right.
Oh my God, like,
yeah, and especially too because now everything is. I mean, it pretty much is split. I mean, no one. I mean, everyone has their opinion, but because the people, some of his fans are working overtime and saying that Canelo whooped him. I don't call what that fight. They both whooped each other. They're both not fighting against the rest of the year. Canelo did not. I mean, what are you talking? You thought Canelo pitched like a 9-3, 10-2, 11-1. 120, 108 type of shutout against Triple G and bust them up like, and this motherfucker was mad immaculate. No, that's not how it went. And that's how people were acting. That's another thing. It was like, Triple G got whooped. Triple G didn't get whooped. He lost the fight of the judge's decision. He didn't get whooped. The judges think that he lost a close, razor-thin fight. Whooped. There are plenty of examples of whooped on the distance. This is not one of those fights. Triple G.
Like I said, it was a robbery. It was a robbery. Like,
I don't think I wouldn't call it a robbery because it was that close. Like 151-13 is not a robbery to me, and I had it for Triple G.
But this is the thing. Like, I feel what you're saying. Just because a fight is close doesn't mean it still can't be a robbery. Because now it comes down to we giving Canelo another benefit of the doubt. If he would have got a draw, that's Canelo getting the benefit of the doubt. Mm-hmm. And we would have been like, okay, this fight was so fucking good. I don't even know if anybody deserved to lose this one. We didn't feel that way in the first fight because we saw Golovkin really clearly win 7 rounds.
Yeah, I saw him winning 8. I mean, I had a 116, 112.
Exactly. You had a lot of those scores. So, but this time we get a much better fight. No one ran. Everybody shot the fucking fade. And we're like, okay, this was the time they really needed the draw. But Golovkin still won it because, like I said, Canelo gets 5 rounds, benefit of the doubt, 6 rounds. Okay, like, well, goddamn, like, what did he really do to get that 7th round? That's how it's a robbery. Especially how the fans, the majority of fans think Golovkin won. Fucking majority of the press row. Now, and you got some media, members of the media that are promoting.
You have some fighters too that think Golovkin won.
Yeah, some fighters. Yeah, but then you get into the whole agenda shit, and you got some people out there promoting Canelo won. It's not a robbery. Hell, it wasn't even close. Da 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 da. And okay, we see that. But the thing is, it's like, when does it stop? Where do we go from here? Like, do we have to knock down Canelo 3 times to get a decision now?
Right.